Hello, I'm Harold López-Nussa here with Everything Jazz, and I'm gonna try to explain a little bit what we call, I don't know, Latin jazz, but some people don't like that we call Latin jazz, so it's like a Afro-Cuban jazz or Cuban jazz, with rediscover jazz month in the 50 in New York. That is probably the beginning of what we call today Latin jazz or Afro-Cuban jazz, or even I like to call sometimes Cuban jazz, because we actually mix Cuban tradition and styles, different styles with jazz, and that was mostly what they did in New York with Chano Pozo and Dizzy Gillespie and Machito and many others, Mario Bausa, etc., etc. That was mixing those very strong cultures and putting those different kind of music together or kind of cultures and way to play the music together. And for example, I was playing some of the patterns that we use in Cuba and how we mix these with maybe a standard from jazz or something like that. So if we talk about the danzón, which is actually the national dance in Cuba, I will be briefly, but danzón have a clave that is like pam pa pam pa pam ran do trois four can ten can, and we play with this clave all the things. So a traditional danzón could be this one. So you can play it in any you can mix this with any standard. I don't know. I don't know if you can hear the clave. That's for one type of music, danzón. If you play a rumba, for example, that have another different clave, which is pa 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 ka ka that some I think they call it 2-3 or 3-2. I think this is something that uh, they start talking about in the U.S. to try to organize, but we don't feel and we don't talk about 2-3 or 3-2 in Cuba. We just play the clave wherever we feel it, and mostly of the time is right. No, not all the time, but it's also very interesting way to incorporate this into the music. How I can play, for example, blue bossa in a rumba, and we'll be like a no. So it's hard to explain what they do, the percussion and everything with just the piano, but hopefully you can feel the you can feel the feeling of the rumba. And another very interesting and complicated clave that we use is the clave from the sun that is mostly when we play that we call it Latin jazz or Afro-Cuban jazz. Most of the time is with the son clave. Son clave is almost the same than rumba clave, but with a little different. It's kind of more easy. It's ta pa 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 pa. Rumba clave is pa 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 pa, and then the son clave is pa 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 pa. So. And here always the bass go with the clave, and it's all the time in syncopated. I mean in the fourth time. So the ping gan the king can king can. So our beat will be not the first of the third, will be the fourth all the time. King can the four and the second sometimes, but mostly the four. Oi. And let me try to find a sample to play, like maybe a jazz standard. I'm playing a little Latin. Or well, I will try to explain with one of my favorites, Chucho Valdez tune, which is Mambo Influenciado. So, if you listen, the bass is not. Okay, it's always on the four. If we play it on the first, syncopated. You feel the difference, but it's a huge difference if we play it in the first or in the four beat. So this is kind of a little bit explaining three different types of genres that we play a lot in Afro-Cuban, Latin jazz, or Cuban jazz. I hope you can enjoy and rediscover something new for you.